Hello Leo, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Leo is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there's anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Leo, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. We begin with an Eight of Cups. An Eight of Cups feels like something needs healing, right? It feels like we're trying to glue the cups back together and fill them back up with water. We're trying to restore something, our faith, our hope, our trust, maybe trust. Trying to restore our well-being. It may be that lately you've been feeling a little bit under the weather, that there's just some kind of a general ickiness. We're not sure why, you know. It's kind of when you kind of think maybe you're getting sick, you know. Because I think that you try very hard to be the optimist. You try very hard to think things are going to be fine. Things are going to get better. Things are going to be good. So we're always like gluing the cups back together, and we're always like trying to say, okay, it's going to work this time. The cups are going to get filled up. I wonder if somebody broke your trust recently. I feel like trust is really what we're trying to repair. Or what it's kind of the sadness or the sorrow that we feel after the trust is broken. Yeah. Let's see what's going on here. Let's put this into some context. Got the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is kind of like if we're starting to feel like I'm getting sick, something, I got a little tickle in my throat, now we're full on got the flu. Okay. So this is kind of thinking that if I don't do something, things are going to continue to get worse, right? But the Hanged Man is in some ways also a card of trust. It's kind of trusting the universe, right? Maybe not putting our trust into other people, but putting our trust into the energy of the universe unfolding as it's meant to. Okay. I think that this is a card, well, it's usually a card of suffering. It's kind of saying that, yeah, this is something that happened. Maybe the trust was broken, and there's nothing for you to really do but to feel it. And let yourself feel the pain of that. We're not trying to deny the emotions, okay? We're trying to honor them. But in some ways, we have to use those emotions. We have to feel them. We have to allow ourselves to acknowledge how we feel in order to turn this Hanged Man around from suffering to now emerging from suffering, now achieving victory, now kind of that aha moment, you know? And as maybe this is through the realization of really saying, I'm not going to try to glue the cups back together. The cups got broken. Cups, they're not, you can't drink out of them anymore, you know? And yeah, it's terrible. And it feels awful. And we don't want that, but sometimes we have to just acknowledge how we feel, admit how we feel, and honor that. And maybe that's going to show us the way to then proceed forward in life to get out of this, to emerge from this victorious and to get what we want, right? To get the kind of trust and the kind of life and the kind of optimism and the kind of hope that we really want. So maybe this is not about trying to repair a situation or fix something. Maybe it's just acknowledging it is what it is and moving on from that. Allowing the energy to flow. Let's see what's underneath everything. The Fool. The Fool is a freedom, right? The Fool is an energy that does not get tied down by this, that doesn't even really recognize it. The Fool doesn't know if somebody has wronged them. The Fool doesn't know if somebody broke their trust or broke, offended them in some way. The Fool does not stay attached to any of these things. So in some ways, I feel like you wish you could be that person. You wish you could be that person that is oblivious. Ignorance is bliss, right? You could just be oblivious to people doing wrong to us. Somebody has lied to you or broken your trust in some way, and we don't even notice it. I don't even care. Not even something I would ever like notice, you know? But we're not that person. And it's probably not a good thing to be that person, you know? But in some ways it feels like being the fool would be a lot easier than being the one who is aware and sensitive and perceptive and does have feelings and does kind of, is affected by things. The fool is a zero. In one ear, out the other. In one valve of the heart and out the other. Nothing sticks. Sometimes we wish we could be that person, but we're not. Okay. Now, since this is a Fool card, let's go ahead and do a hexagram from the I Ching. Do we want to be the Fool or do we want to be the Sage? You know, let's see what we have here. I think this is the one. Not knowing. 4. Creating success. The first consultation speaks clearly. The second and third pollute the waters. Polluted and hence not speaking. Constancy bears fruit. Now, we could take that literally and say the first consultation speaks clearly. So it's really the first time we're asking, what's really going on? What happened here? Right? And your immediate response, that's speaking very clearly. If we keep asking, if we keep investigating, it's polluting the waters, and we're not going to learn anything from that. Okay? It's kind of like saying, take this at face value. What happened, happened. We keep asking questions, maybe hoping for a different answer. So maybe somebody lied to you. Maybe there was some sort of infidelity. Maybe somebody betrayed your trust. We look at it for what it is. We keep asking the questions and trying to get more details and more information. It's not bringing us any more clarity or understanding. Okay? I think that really is a good message for this hexagram. Then let's read the commentary. To be ignorant is a creative, harmonious way to engage with your world. Don't go running after answers as if it's embarrassing to not know. Holding steadily to not knowing and hence to learning will bring good results. What don't you know? What if you didn't need to know all the answers, and how can you learn from experience? Maybe we don't need all of the details of what happened. Maybe we just have to say, hey, I don't know, I don't really care. I'm going to go ahead and free myself from this in a way that I can. So it's kind of like we're being the fool, but not all the way, you know? Or a little bit of that fool energy, I think, is important. And it's a way to let go of things. Just saying, I don't know exactly what happened. I don't need to know. All you know really is how you feel and how this situation is affecting you. And so with that knowledge, we can learn how to move forward, how to go, where to go from here. Okay? And the Fool is kind of that fresh start, that new beginning sort of energy. Let's see what's behind all of this. The 3 of Wands. Well, I think that you really had a very close relationship with this person. I don't know if it's a particular person or if it's an entity, if it's a business, a company, if it's a boss, if it's a brother, if it's a romantic partner. But I feel that there was a strong sense of resonance. It's almost as if you felt that you and this other person were one. Yeah. So it may be a twin flame type of thing, because it feels as if there was such a close identity that to learn that things were not as united as you thought was a really big blow. Really big blow, because I think you identified with this so strongly. It was who you are. And now it sort of feels like we're just swimming in uncertainty and without a direction. You know, we're just in this emotional water, and it's just wherever it's going to take us, it's going to take us. I feel like this is somebody that really betrayed you in a way of maybe not even violating your trust or anything, but they maybe did something And by you observing their actions, their behaviors, made you realize that this was not the person I thought they were. Yeah. Let's see what's above everything. 5 of Cups, yeah. See, a lot of water energy right here, you know. We're very conscious of the feelings. Okay. Very conscious of the feelings. And I think, if anything, this was a violation of trust, maybe, sure, but I think more than that, it was really a disappointment. That you thought this was a person of character, but they did something through their decisions, through their actions, that in some ways devastated you. You thought they had a certain type of integrity or a certain character, a certain moral compass, but they did something that you just, it's almost as if you're trying to ask them, why did you do that? Or how could you have done that? But as the Jing says, there's no point in asking them why they did something or how they could do that. The simple fact is that they did it. Okay? And that, I think, is something that you can't reconcile. You just cannot make it okay for you. Okay? No matter what their reasoning was. See, we get the information by asking the questions, but it kind of doesn't matter. I think for you, it is what it is. And whatever the excuse, whatever the explanation, is not going to change how you feel about it. Okay? Let's see what's in the future position here. A 2 of Cups. I think it's quite interesting now, because we were talking about the Hanged Man starting out in this kind of immersed position, sinking into the waters, allowing you to feel what you feel here, and then emerging from those waters victorious, right? Because you have to feel that you have to honor how you feel, respect how you feel. If you're going to get through this situation and get to the kind of love, the kind of happiness that you really want and deserve. So by going deeper into that 8 of Cups, this way, by going deeper into that 8 of Cups, you're going to emerge into that 2 of Cups. Because if we try to know, if we try to invoke the swords, if we try to ask more questions and understand, then I feel as if we are we're trying to find a way to fix the cups, to be okay, to kind of repair this thing, right? And that's sort of like, give me a reason why I shouldn't feel this way, you know, rather than just saying, okay, I feel this way, and I'm going to use these feelings to direct my life toward the type of love I really want. Now let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down over here and put Frankenduck right on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation that we need. Okay. If you have a prediction for that card, put it in the comments. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do, because it's totally free. And it really does support the channel, and I appreciate that. Let's take a look at the general energy now on the path of the Serpent. Got that devil energy. The devil energy is sort of it's almost a temptation, right? It's almost this kind of clinging energy that we might feel. And I think that's probably the reason why we're, initially trying to repair this. Because it's just this idea of having to move on from this, having to let go from this is difficult. So it feels like it would be easier to fix something than to have to throw it away and get a new one. You know, like your toaster breaks, well, let's just fix the toaster instead of getting a new one. That's something that we want to try to cling to something. And it is that sort of temptation. It is the feeling that we would rather hang on to what we have because it's familiar, because we know it's, I don't want to say it's comfortable, but it kind of is, right? Something we're familiar with it anyway. So there's this attachment, and I think it's important for this devil energy to kind of detach from this and put this effort into something that really is going to benefit you. Okay? You have a lot of drive, a lot of desire. You've got a lot of ambition. You've got a lot of endurance and stamina in you. And if we're applying it to try to glue these cups back together, it almost feels that it's a misuse of your energy. The goat's a rather solitary creature. Okay? And it kind of feels like this is the energy that is being activated in you. In some ways, it's your ability to walk away from something. You know, it's gathering the strength and the forces that you need in order to just say, you know, those cups are broken. Those cups are leaking water, and, you know, you're able to just admit that and say, yeah, it's a terrible feeling, right? But you're strong enough to keep moving in your life. And we're not stuck here with those broken cups. Yeah. Let's see what's in the environment here. Two of Pentacles, Two of Cups, Two of Pentacles. Change, right? Moving forward, taking a step in the right direction. And again, the Hanged Man is flowing down this river on these emotions which are unpleasant. Let's just call it what it is. But it's leading you toward the kind of love, the kind of choices that are going to really matter in your life right now. To bring you the kind of love, the kind of progress that you need, and that you want, and that you deserve. Okay? The Two of Pentacles is realizing that it's through your choices, not just one choice, but a series of, an ongoing series of choices that is going to expand your life, that is going to give you so many new opportunities, right? For the kind of relationship, the kind of love, the kind of feeling that you want, the kind of connection, whatever the Two of Cups is for you. Getting back to this pure state of trust, of love, of connection, right? And, I'm not trying to say that as soon as something starts to go wrong in a relationship that we just bail. That's not what I'm saying, okay? But I feel like this is something so fundamental that no amount of glue is going to fix it. Otherwise, it would, let's just fix it. Let's fix the problem and continue on. I feel like this is something that, because of that, really the Three of Wands back here, something that is a fundamental, it's an oh, no, no, right? It's a non-negotiable. It's something that can't be undone, and it can't be rationalized or reasoned away. So far, there's no swords cards here. There's some air with the Fool, but there are no swords cards. Got the Sun, got the Nine of Wands. Strength, clarity. The clarity that we're talking about here, right? The first consultation speaks clearly. Your initial reaction to this event, that is the truth. Okay? And the Sun card, too, in this position, this is sort of the difficult card, right? This position is the position of the difficulty. And the difficulty is to see that we're going to be okay on the other side of this. That you're going to have the kind of love, the kind of relationship, the kind of life that you really want, that you're going to be whole again, that you're going to heal, that you're going to be restored and successful and absolutely A-okay. But when we're here, it doesn't feel that way. But this is the strength that you have to continue to climb this mountain toward your absolute highest ideal of life. Yeah. Let's take a look at the mystery card here. If I can navigate Frankenduck, there we go. What do we think? Probably it'll be some swords cards, right? It usually is going to be ironic that way, and since we don't have a single sword here, and we got good fire energy too. It's kind of saying that you've got your own integrity, and the Nine of Wands is saying that you're sticking to that. You're not going to compromise your ideals, your values, your integrity just to repair these cups here with this other person. I don't know anything about this other person. We don't even have Well, we don't even have a single court card either, right? So this is either going to be a court card or it's going to be some swords. Let's take a look. Oh, it's the Magician. Interesting. The Magician, I think, is your... it's your ability to mold your life. It's an ability for you to create your reality, for you to create the kind of love that you want. Okay, now this is platonic love, romantic love, self-love, divine love, all love, right? And we're talking about it on a one-to-one, one-on-one basis, okay? And the Magician is that part of you that knows it can create that kind of reality, okay? The Magician's a very adaptable energy. So yes, you could very well glue those cups back together and remain in that situation and make the best of it. This is the card that says you can optimize your situation and make the best of it. That's magic, right? But just because you can fix something and stay there and make it work, should you? What are you compromising about yourself? What do you have to kind of let go of in order to make that happen? Are you letting go of some of your own ideals or integrity, your own kind of moral compass? Are you compromising one of your kind of non-negotiables? Yeah. Just because you can fix it doesn't mean you should. You think of a car that's been pretty well destroyed, right? You could spend the money and fix that car right up. But is it costing more than it's worth? Okay. The other side of the Magician is the ability to change the environment. You could adapt to the environment, or you could build a new environment. Step by step, devil energy, even if it means you got to do it alone for a bit. You've got to be willing to detach and walk away from something and start building a new life, start building a different life. The Fool, sort of about a fresh start, right? This is magic, and it really is how you're going to apply your magic to create the life you want. Yeah. Now we're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, there is a link up top. There is one down below. New readings for Leo are on Tuesdays and Saturdays. Be sure to watch both readings, okay? If you haven't subscribed, please do. It's free. And leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.